Hello and welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, a DS game I've been wanting to play for quite a while, and honestly, I don't know much about it. I've seen screenshots about it because I've got these friends that love the game, and there are a few YouTube channels I like that are playing the game. There's a new one out. I think it's new. It's called Investigations 2, but there's heaps of these games, and from what I know, they're a court-based game where you have to prove your point with objections until I think you have someone who you're trying to protect, or maybe you're just throwing stuff out there. I'm not really sure how it works. But either way, I don't like talking for too long, so let's get into it. The first turnabout. Episode 1. The first turnabout. And yes, I will have to read all these. Great. And there's murders. So yeah. Oh shit, we're already onto it. That's damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Well then. Okay, you got problems. August 3, 9:47 AM. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over! Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's it. Death! Despair! Oh my god! Oop, 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 oop. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong with you, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh, it's literally courtroom. Nice. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it now? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. hands shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts.
The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. It's full of shit.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? What?
Ooh, I know this one. I read the case report over it so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No, wait. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. They never told me! Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. Just touch the court record button to check at any time. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim's name?
Court record. Okay, Cindy. Time of death, 31st of the 7th, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blood trauma. And attorney's badge, okay. So it's Cindy. Oh my god. Cindy who? Cindy who? Cindy Block. Oh, wasn't it Miss Block? Miss Cinder Block? Okay, I get that now. Miss Cinder Block. Right? If you forgot something, just touch the court record button to help you remember. A mistake in court could cost you the case.
I'll ask again. Let's hear your answer.
Okay, Cindy Stone.
The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death?
Lost blood trauma.
Hit with a blunt object.
She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Miss Wright. Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record.
Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. Evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently. Well, that's pretty obvious. I just use R.
Mr. Payne, Max Payne, the prosecution may call you its witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Harry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Oh no! Oh fuck. He looks like he's gonna be in trouble and go,
Ahem, Mr. Butts.
Oh wait, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what you mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing another man. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies! I don't believe a word of it! I can't keep the accents anymore.
Your Honor, the victim's passport.
According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Okay then.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
What? Daddy's sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a weird way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... wait and see what...
Oh, yes, I'm gonna... Actually, should I take this seriously?
Wait and see what happens. Might be better not to get involved in this one.
Well, Mr. Butts?
Dude, no way! That cheated sheepdog! I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy.
This is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Well, did you or did you not? Huh? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? Stop him from answering.
Stop him!
I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. Don't remember. Well then, we'll just have to remind you. Got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove he isn't the guy. Prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. It's the guy, isn't it?
Order in the court! Mr. Payne. I've called everyone except for Mr. Meir now. The prosecution may call its witnesses. Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sorrett to the stand.
It's this fucking guy with the... He's Indian, okay? I was about to say bullet hole in the head, but... Sorry, no offense.
Mr. Sword, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sword, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Witnesses count, okay?
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment.
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. When I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Okay, is there an objection to that? Because what happened to your fucking newspapers? Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sorrett used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your personal, whatever.
Now, Mr. Wright. Yes! Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination? Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? And that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face full of shit, full of butts. Okay. Touch the court record button and point out contradictions in the testimony. It's gonna be the timestamp, isn't it? Cross-examination. It's gonna be fucking timestamps, I bet. I was going door to door selling subscriptions. Thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open. Thinking it's strange. Okay. It's saying press Y. Heard it's right. What was that meant to do? Thought to call the police immediately. Have the phone. Okay, let's just check this. Time of death, 4 p.m. Oh. Electricity in Miss Starren's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Statue of the thinker. Victim apparently arrived home from Paris. Okay. I went to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Yep. Fucking. Hold it! Hold it? How do I do this? I can't speak because I'm on the emulator. Present. Objection! Yes! Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Dun 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 dun, you got the time wrong, bitch! Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement yeah, I love that. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the death. Time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Objection. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Salt, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's really a good question. Great job, Wright. Right. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beggar more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Oh god, we have to do this again. Witness testimony! Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. You said there was a fucking blackout! You heard a voice say, yeah, there was a fucking blackout, okay? Fine, more cross-examination. You know what to do. I've got this one. Fucking. You're a bitch. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Guess the victim must have been watching. Yeah, bitch. Objection! Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. What was that? His hair just went boom. I love it. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sword? I love it. I love this game already. No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now. The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sword. I know I put a masculine voice for him before, and now I'm putting like a soft voice. That's because of the way he's moving. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. here in the town. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock on the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Okay, fine. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. Not only was there a blackout, oh my god. The statue, the thing! The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. God damn it, this guy. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer. Yeah. Fine. Objection. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. How is this supposed to be a clock? Yeah. You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are, you scoundrel? Just answer the question, Mr. Sowett. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. He just tilted it and says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock I submitted as a statue. As it doesn't look like a clock I submitted as a statue, my apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with the testimony? Yes. Blackout. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hands. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he... You're lying! You're inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. That's why he said 1 p.m. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sowett, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice is burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never, look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I just saw. Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn, give him death! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please, whoops. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawyer heard was definitely the clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... examine the... No, try sounding the book. Let's sound the clock now, here in this record room. Record? Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Yes. 3 hours. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely a discrepancy between what Mr. Sword heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sword, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh, what's he talking about? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Right. How am I going to prove that? Oh god. Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Fortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sorrett. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. They treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. What? Not so fast, Mr. Sorrett. Yes, Mia to the rescue! Mia, I mean, Chief, listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. You can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow. Think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right. The blackout. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, Wright. Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim without a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one. Let's see if the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Okay, so it's most likely the blackout. Excuse me. This proves your claim? How? I can't see what that evidence has to do with the clock. Oh, fucking hell, that wasn't it. One more chance. Give me just one more chance. Alright, Mr. White. Time is not on your side. Be quick about it. Let's see the evidence, okay? Loss of blood due to blunt trauma. It's rather heavy stature in the shape of the finger. Ooh, this one's hard. Is this? Okay, it's not that either. What the fuck? It doesn't say much about it, that's the bad thing. What? I am confused. How is it the passport? The victim had just returned home from a Oh! I'm such an idiot. She forgot to reset it. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sorrett. Should I say, Mr. Did It? Is that the end? What the fuck? Oh, order, I say. What the hell? Did he just kill himself with like a poison thing? Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client, he was arrested and has been taken away. No, he didn't. Okay. Very well, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but the court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yay! Go, Butts, go! And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sawyer was a common burglar. He posed as the newspaper salesman to check out and see when people were out of the house. That day,
When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw had let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, still can't believe you won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've been able to see a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking like this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. You practically see the headlines now. Harry Budd's innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat? Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence? Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay? Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him. Oh yeah, she's still to think of. What the heck is she talking about? Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She really just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. That made him feel a little better. That was hilarious. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. Whoops. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself, I think? Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner, on me? We'll drink and toast to innocent butts. Oh, the butts out there. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." And I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me, unless you count the clock he gave me. Didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry. Would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to fucking keep. Is she gonna die? The end. Okay. What the fuck? Brand new episode has been added. Yay! The Turnabout Sisters. Save cleared storage shuttle? Sure thing. Cool. I'm going to end the first episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So I'm guessing these episodes are going to be pretty short, but there's going to be a lot of them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really did. I haven't played this game before, and I love it. I only knew about this game because I was wondering what kind of games like Danganronpa, because I love the crime solving. Especially when it's just logic puzzles, I guess. If it's logic puzzles and you have to try to fight other people, it just gets in my head. But logic puzzles where it's like this, I love them a bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. There's probably a lot of Ace Attorney stuff out there, but I'm hoping I can satisfy you guys by playing this. But I really enjoyed it nonetheless. So I will see you guys next time. See ya.